Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And I'll continue reading from this book by my Guru, His Eminence, the 25th Samtuko Rinpoche. Gurus for Hire, Enlightenment for Sale, an insider's guide into the relationship between spiritual teachers, students, and center. It's almost towards the end of the book now, and I'll be reading from page 210 on questions and answers. And before that, I will go to a picture, and this is my guru. Okay. Page 210, questions and answers. Question: if we come across people whose gurus are not here, would inviting them to our center conflict with inter-center harmony? Answer: if their gurus are not in the area and they do not have a center to go to, it would not be a conflict. If they never see their gurus and they do not get much dharma, we can help. There is no conflict. It would only be a conflict if they are going to a regular center. Question: if a monk is disrobed by the breaking of his vows, what happens to the guru-disciple relationship? Answer: nothing. The vows related to a monk has nothing to do with Guru Samaya. If that was the case, then lay people cannot have a guru because they have never been robed. If we take refuge vows from our guru and we lie, does that mean we hate our gurus? No, there is no connection. For highly incarnate gurus, disrobing and giving back their robes for any reason does not take away from their attainments at all. In Tibet, there are a few very well-known lay gurus. Serkong Dorje Chang's previous incarnations were lay gurus. Milarepa was a lay guru. Disrobing or having robes has nothing to do with a person's status, who he is, or his attainments. We take vows, we do not take our attainments. So if a monk removes his vows, it just means his work will manifest in another way. For example, Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche gave his robes back in England. It did not affect his work at all in America, and it continues to grow very big. His Eminence Gelek Rinpoche gave his vows back many years ago and took on a consort. It did not affect his teachings or his abilities at all, nor does it affect his relationship with his guru at all. Each guru may have a personal liking or disliking. He may prefer a particular person to remain a monk or not, but it would not affect their relationship. Question: if I take ordination as damage control, would that be a valid reason? Answer: yes, because you want self-liberation. You want to help and free yourself. It is still okay. If you take the vows and you hold them every day, you collect merit. A year later, you may learn even more Dharma and begin to think, it can benefit my parents. From then on, you bring even more benefit to your parents if you hold the vows, as long as they are not broken. This is why I always say that holding vows and taking vows is from compassion. Practicing Dharma is from compassion. The real reason is from compassion. To take ordination, we must have renunciation or refuge. It is not necessary to have bodhicitta or a Mahayana motivation. It would be better if we did have bodhicitta or a Mahayana motivation, but it is not a requirement. It would, however, be a requirement to have bodhicitta or a Mahayana motivation if we wish to take tantric initiations. Tantric vows are much higher than ordination vows. Question. If, for example, a monk grew long hair and had a consort, how would we explain that to others? Answer. That is why when we listen to Dharma teachings and we gain knowledge, it will be easy to quell rumors when we hear them on the outside. When we do not listen to teachings or read, we will immediately run off and go here and there where people spread rumors on the outside. With regard to the monk with long hair and a consort, firstly, it is none of our business. However, if people ask us about it, we do have to give them an answer. They would have to ask the monk if any of his 4 root vows are broken. He could be with a consort, but does not engage in full sexual intercourse. That would cause him to break his vows. But this is not something we can say and judge without asking the person himself. It is impossible. Question. Are the 4 factors of intention the same for monks as they are for lay people? Answer. They are exactly the same. Intent, action, completion of the act, and rejoicing in the act are the same 4 factors that determine whether we have broken a vow. Those are not rules determined for either lay people or monks. They are rules for karma. It has nothing to do with whether someone is a lay person or a monk. Question. Can the bad seeds, negative dispositions in our mind be eradicated? How do purification practices help this? Do they eradicate bad seeds or just suppress environmental factors? Answer. Have you heard of Milarepa? Have you heard of what his guru Marpa made him do? He had to build, move, and tear down stone structures for 12 years. It was pure purification to make his negative karma come out faster and quicker. It was even more effective than prostrations and all those types of practices because he really suffered physically, mentally, and emotionally for years. And he took it, and look what happened to him. He got enlightened. However, we need to have a guru of that quality, Marpa, and a disciple of that quality, Milarepa, for that to happen. For you and me, we can forget it for now. You do not have to build me houses and towers. We use that as an inspiration and an example, but it does not mean we have to copy it exactly, because you and I have to be of that quality, and I am not. What the guru can do is set you things to do that you normally would not be able to do. When you do these things you normally cannot do and the motivation is for Dharma, it becomes a purification practice. That is why one of the verses in the 9 Attitudes advises us to accept suffering and difficulties and be happy about it. Through that so-called suffering, we purify, so we do not have to experience it later. Under an environmental condition, that could be harsh. For example, if we were to have the karma to be very sick, and we were near a hospital in our own country with our helpers and friends, we would be able to bear the illness. But if we were to have the same illness in a foreign country that did not have medical facilities and was not clean, wouldn't we be more scared and perhaps suffer more? Wouldn't we rather have our illness manifest here? Or we might have the karma to have a very nice thick coat, and if we wore it in Alaska or Canada, we would be very comfortable. If we ran around Malaysia at noon with our big coat, it would be pure suffering. The item The person and the karma can ripen, but the situation, the conditions, or environmental factors where the karma ripens can make a very big difference. Therefore, if we do Dharma practice, we are near our teacher and have our Dharma center and friends around us to help us overcome our problems, we will have the support we need if and when problems manifest while we are doing retreats or Dharma work. The karma has to manifest, so it is better that it manifests within an environmental condition where there is a remedy and we will be all right. If we have the latent karma of killing, lying, stealing, cheating, or hurting people, the resultant karma could manifest at the time of our death as us taking rebirth as an animal or in a hell realm where there is no relief at all. If the karma manifests here, it is much easier to deal with and bear because of the environment around us. Therefore, when the Guru gives us work to overcome our ego, our fears, and our karma that creates suffering, we should be happy and accept it. The environmental conditions allow us to suffer it through and to purify it with no negative repercussions. And with that, I will end the session for now. And that is the first part of the questions and answers section. I will continue on in my next session. And thank you for sharing your time with me. And I will end it with a completion dedication in Tibetan. Chẳng chụp sang cho Rinpoche, mà cái bà nam cái shi, cái bà nam bà mi bà yang, con này con tu bè hoa shu, tôi ni cho Hoàng Rinpoche, mà cái bà nam cái shi, cái bà nam bà mi bà yang, con này con tu bè hoa shu. Daso jini sapagi wadi, tantan trowa guna kapadang, jepa jesu no santrapai, tamping imporin tu sa se sho. Ke wa kuntu yanda lamadang, drami choki pala lo choching, sadam langi yotera zone, doje changi ngopa ngotuso. Ge wadi yoduda lama sangyo droyone drowa chikia malupa de isala go pasho choki kel posungka pa chosunam pa pewala geki sama siwada tungki malu sangwasho dadam dadang sengi dusundam drewa songi latene gewa losantrapai tampayu riva gyushi ni modele sendele ni megunyan dele shi ni sentato dele pel concho songi jingilo concho songi ngodruso concho songi tra se sho. Yesu nama kusen rapting ching nom country ni chocho ke pada no samtem pedro mi sapsongi dro e mun sa tato ni gyushi gang ri rawe ko we shin kam dem bendan del ma lu gyo ne cheren se 110 singet so yi shape shi de bada thank you shi hom dom pe ngodro malu pa den de dala sel du so ko dan dem pa long chot nam ke pa so shik shukten sel. Pardon me for stumbling through the prayers, but my pronunciation is not very accurate. So sometimes when I come to the part and I realize that I may have mistakenly pronounced it, then, it kind of like stumble over the word. And well, anyway, thank you for sharing your time with me. And please do join me for my next session where it's the second part of the question and answer section. Bye-bye.